In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to go about creating a pay wand. And we're going to be doing it a little bit differently than we've demonstrated in the past. And hopefully this will kind of simplify the process for you a little bit here. So we have a couple of beginner starter templates for you. One for Bamboo Studio, which you see here, and then another one here in Inkscape. And we're going to provide both of these files on our Patreon. So if you want to make your own paywand, you'll have these as a starter template. Now, here in Inkscape, our starter template consists of a backplate, what we call a design plate, and then finally our ring. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin with our artwork. So we're going to come in here to chat. And as you guys know, most all of our designs start here in chat. So this was the file that was provided to us. And we asked chat to clean it up a little bit, in which it did, but it went a little too aggressively, lost some of the details. So we asked chat to put the details back. And then this was the result of that. So we're going to go ahead and right click and save our image here. And we just saved it to our desktop. We called it Cornbread. And there you go. So now we have a PNG file on the desktop ready to go. So now let's go ahead and go into Bamboo Studio here. And we'll go ahead and put this together. So we're going to hit our home button here. And we're going to come into Maker Lab. And specifically, we're going to be using the Lightbox Maker. So we're going to click here to create a new project. We're going to click on our image, which is going to be Cornbread here, which is what we saved from chat. We'll go ahead and hit next. It's going to vectorize this image for us. And then we're going to go ahead and choose next. And then we're going to back off the colors to 6 for this particular file. Go ahead and hit confirm. Go ahead and choose export. Go ahead and choose export again. Confirm our printer. And it will go ahead and export this file. We'll click on Open in Studio. Click on Yes. And there we go. Okay, now the back plate here, we're not going to need that or this build plate. And then we're also not going to need the box. So we'll go ahead and alt click on that and get rid of it. We're not going to need our white background, so we can alt click on that and get rid of it just by hitting the delete key. We can alt click on this piece of white, go ahead and get rid of it. While not entirely necessary, let's go ahead and alt click on these pieces of white and go ahead and get rid of those as well. Just hit the delete key, get rid of them. Now we can flip our design over. So we'll go ahead and rotate on the Y at 180 degrees. And now she's right side up. Let's go ahead and scale this down to 74 millimeters. We are going to choose uniform scale. I happen to know that size is what that panel will allow to fit. And now you can see here we have multiple different colors here. There's 6 colors, what we asked for previously, but we only need 4 colors. So over here, you see where it says 1. We'll select our first one, come all the way down, shift select our last one, right click and choose merge into single part. We'll do that for every color grouping here. Merge into single part. This will help us a little bit later. Scroll all the way down, select all the 3s, merge into single part. The 4s, merge into single part. Now 5 and 6 are both going to be white, so we can merge all those parts together. So that helps us out a little bit. We're down to 5 colors here. Now we're going to take color number 2 and we're going to actually make it 3. So we could select both of those and we could go ahead and choose merge into single parts. And we'll go ahead and set the color to 3. And there we go. So now our design is complete. That is what we were looking for, but we've whittled it down now to simply 4 colors. All right, so that's taken care of. Now the next part is putting this on the pay wand itself. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to hit Control I to bring in our template here, which is our round pay wand backer. So there it is. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and duplicate this. Let's go ahead and add a new build plate here. And we'll put the duplicate over here and work on this one. Now, on this particular one, we do not need our main backplate, so we'll go ahead and delete that. And then for our design backplate, let's go ahead and set that color to number 3. And then let's go ahead and select this whole thing and set the thickness here. We'll uncheck uniform scale to 1.5 millimeters. I'll tell you what, let's just use 1 millimeter. You can use like 1 or 1.5. You decide what you want to do there. And then here, we're going to take this design and let's make it 1 millimeter thick. Okay, let's take this and right click and center it to our build plate. Let's do the same thing here. Right click and center to the build plate. And now you know it's good and centered left to right. Now you see we need to move him up just a little bit because he's in this hole. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll kind of split the difference here. See there? Now he's moved up. He's totally fits. I think that works out just fine. Now, in order for this to actually print, we need to take both of those and combine them both. So right click and merge. Let's go ahead and give it a good slice. Take a look at what we've got going on here. Now you see here, we do not have our design, and that's obviously a problem. Now, the reason for that is because these two pieces need to be up top of our layer stack here. So we'll move those pieces up like so, just drag and drop. Now when we slice it, we'll get our expected result. See there? Now we have our expected result. Excellent. Now I am going to go ahead and just set this back to our standard setup here. And we'll go ahead and reslice it one more time. Yep, still looks good. I think that's going to print out just fine. Now we will print this face down when we get to that point, but for right now, that's all we need to do. Let's go ahead and add a couple more build plates and add in the actual pay wand itself. So we'll come over here. There's our pay wand starter. We'll go ahead and click OK. And so here is our pay wand starter. Okay, now what we're going to do here is going to take this piece over here and move it over here. And the first thing we want to do is set this upright. So we'll go to rotate, set it upright. And then what we want to do is select both of these and center them up. So we select the one, we control click on the other, we right click, align and distribute, align left, right, and center. Now those two are lined up. And now this one here, we're going to make 8 millimeters thick. Okay. This one here, we're going to change to color number 1. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to combine these two. So select one, control click the other. Let's go ahead and right click and merge. Okay. Then we're going to select the assembly. We'll go to our assembly tool. We'll click the front face of this one, the front face of this one, and zero that out. Okay. Now I'm not exactly sure why we have a duplicate here, but that maybe is our ring and our design plate. Okay, that's fine. So now we've taken care of those. I forgot to get rid of those previously. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to all click this circle here, and we're going to move it up like so, and maybe even a little bit more, just so we could see this more clearly. So now what we need to do is we need to match up the bottom of this to the bottom of this. And the way we're going to do that, of course, is with our assembly tool. So we can come underneath here and click there, and then we'll click here, and we'll just zero those out. Okay, so now everything is lined up the way it should be. All right, so this is what we're going to ultimately print. Now, I do want to show you a few things here, though. So we're going to start over here with this. Um, I click on this assembly, go to the Objects tab here. So we have our slot maker. That's the main thing I wanted to show you here. So there's the slot maker. That's what's going to allow our credit card to insert into this. So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and slice this so we can see exactly what's going to happen here. Now you can see here, it's asking and talking about floating cantilevers, and that is because of this bottom edge here. We got to take care of that, which we will here in a moment. But I wanted to show you here what's really happening here. Let's see if we could see this clearly enough. As I pull down, you see that slot that's created right here? That's where our card's going to go, okay? And you see that slot going all the way down. We move it all the way down. See that? That slot is all the way down, okay? So that slot maker is a negative, and so that's what it does. When we go to slice it, it's going to create us a slot in our design all the way through that, okay? Now, we do have to have supports here. So let's go ahead and go back and do that. So we could do it by object here. So we could select this, and then we could come in here and add supports. And now let's go ahead and reslice it. The main thing that we really are important is that we do have supports here. And you see that little gap right there? That's kind of interesting, isn't it? That's how supports work. But the main thing that we're really focused on is that we don't have supports in the slot. That could be very bad. So let's go ahead and come down here. Now we do have slots in our threaded area, which that's fine because those will come out super easy. But we do not want any supports in our slot, and you could see we do not have supports in that little skinny slot. And that's what we need, okay? So that's all going to work out just fine. Now, we do want to maybe polish up our supports a little bit by coming down here to our top Z distance. We'll do 0.28. And then usually for top interface layers, I like to do 4. All right, and then let's go ahead and reslice the plate here. You probably won't be able to visually see much difference here, but that little gap from 0.2 to 0.8, that's just a small little gap. That's what we want, okay? So that's going to work out just perfect. Now, we'll go ahead and print this plate. You know, both of these could actually be printed together now, assuming that we did want our wand to be black, but we could make it whatever color we want, obviously. But let's help you understand what we're doing here. So we print this, and we print this. Now, why did we do that this way? Well, let's go ahead and copy and paste it here. Now, the reason that we did it the way we did it is because this will print out really nice and clean, and then we will just attach it to this piece. So let me show you how that would work. So let's go ahead and rotate this up, and you could see this a little bit more easily. We're going to take this piece and this piece, right-click and align them left, right, and center. Then we're going to select this piece, and we'll use our assembly tool. We'll click here, click the back side of here, zero those two out. Okay. And so now you can kind of see what that looks like. So now those two are totally flush here. And then all we're going to do here is we're going to move this up in the Z. But in order to do that, in order to move this up in the Z, we have to bring these two together. So let's go ahead and select the one assembly. Then we can select the other assembly, and then we can right-click and merge. And now what we want to do is we want to take all of our pieces. Let's see here, all of our merged parts here. Okay, we don't have the slot maker. We don't need that. Let's see, and then we need this piece and this piece and this piece. And then let's go ahead and move it up. in the Z here. Now we actually have that other piece that we don't need. So where is that piece? Let's see here. There we go. That's all we needed. And then we could just move this up. But what I wanted to show you here, and I'm just kind of doing it visually here. But what I want to show you here is we take a look at this. There we go. Maybe you can look at it like this. That plate, it just wraps perfectly around there. There's just enough space for that 1 millimeter plate just to wrap perfectly around there. And that will get us what we want. If I slice this going vertically, you'll see what it looks like on there. Oh, we have to move this all the way to the top, but so that's what it looks like when it's all put together. Okay, so anyhow, that's how it all works. Pretty straightforward once you understand exactly what's happening here. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of those pieces. See here. We're going to get rid of all of those pieces. So from there we go. Hit delete. So now we just have our thread piece, our actual card slot, which really we don't even need the card slot anymore. So we could just delete that entirely. We have our slot maker, our background, a backer, and our threaded end. Those are really the only three pieces that we need. And that will get the job done. And that's it. Okay, so that's all there is to making this pay wand. Now, if we wanted this design to be front and back, we would just print two of these plates and then we glue on the front and glue on the back. Bob's your uncle, you're ready to go. That's how it works, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed this one and understand a little bit more and how it all works. And until next time, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or need one-on-one training or some custom files made for you, this is my contact information, so feel free to reach out via email. You can text me. You could even give me a call. I'd be happy to answer questions or give you more details on the one-on-one training we offer, and as well as if you need custom files made until you are up to speed on how to make them yourself, feel free to reach out and we'd be happy to help you with that as well.